I'm Michael Toscano.
At TIAA Cref, our record sounds like a broken record. We got impressive results in 2013. And 2014, same thing. We're like, hey, weren't we just here? Then 2015, boom, more impressive results. That's the kind of record you'd expect from a company that's created to serve and built to perform. Intelligent investing, powerful results. Visit TIAA.org. TIAA Cref Individual and Institutional Services, LLC. Investing involves risk.
Call Quicken Loans now at 800-QUICKEN to see if you qualify for the government's Home Affordable Refinance Program, or HARP. And for 5 years in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction. And for the second year in a row, they've also ranked us highest in mortgage servicing. Call 800-QUICKEN or visit QuickenLoans.com.
Visit jdpower.com for award information. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Number 3030.
Tune into the newest sports talk show in the Tampa Bay area, The Sports Web, with your hosts Peter Blake, Sean the Sports Don, Angie Fox, and PJ Whitaker. A sports talk show for the fans. What separates The Sports Web from every other show is that we care about what you have to say. Bring your excitement, bring your passion, just don't bring any nonsense. Again, that's The Sports Web on Saturday afternoons from 4 to 5 on WTAN 1340 AM, the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Arg, matey. When it's time for lunch, when it's time for dinner, when the show's over, when the day's over, when it's time to chill, where do we go? Over to Naughty Nancy's Food Shack and Crow's Nest Pub. It's literally in our backyard, right in back of the WTAN studios at 700 Eldridge Street, just north of downtown Clearwater. Just look for the broadcast tower. Nancy's food and atmosphere get rave reviews. The laid-back patio is a great place to hang out, dine, and listen to live music at night. And Nancy's one of the friendliest proprietors in town. And now, Nancy is serving Sunday Jazz Brunch from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Brunch served with Eggs Benedict, crepes, waffles, lox and bagels, shrimp, oysters, and a build-your-own omelet. That's all at Naughty Nancy's Food Shack and Crow's Nest Pub, 700 Eldridge Street in Clearwater. That's right where Eldridge crosses the Pinellas Trail between Myrtle and Fort Harrison. Call 446-3717. 446-3717. You're listening to the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Imus in the morning.
Here is Eddie Murphy. Hi, Eddie.
Forbes magazine said I'm the most overpaid actor. Get out of here. I played 6 parts of The Nutty Professor. Just think how much money the producers would have spent if they paid me 6 times. In Nutty Professor 2, I played 6 parts again. That's 12 parts for 2 movies. 12! I tell you who's overpaid. How about Jack Black? His last name is Black, but his movie's all in red. Kristen Stewart, they gave her $30 million to look into the camera with that blank stare and take long pauses between her lines. You know why she plays a vampire? Because she's sucking all of Hollywood dry. You think I don't know what this is all about? It's because I'm black. They should have called the article Eddie Murphy is sitting on top of the world in Beverly Hills, but I guess they decided to call it Murphy Sucks because it didn't want to do Beverly Hills Cop 5. Somebody's still mad from bankrolling Pluto Nash. What was I supposed to do? Somebody said, hey man, here's $20 million for this piece of crap. I said, Randy, Monty, this is my lucky day. This is my lucky day. And I cashed a check, which got me on Forbes' other list, the richest black celebrities.
Catch Imus in the morning, right here on the stations of the Tan Talk Network.
Go yard is a metaphor used in baseball, meaning to hit a home run. Life struggles can make you feel like you just struck out. It's times like these that we need a little batting practice to pick ourselves back up and get back in the game. Whether you are dealing with marital issues, drug addiction, rebellious teens, anxiety, depression, or just generally having a bad day, call Mama Mac. If life has you down 0-2, before you strike out, learn to go yard. Go yard with Mama Mac on this radio station, Thursdays, 6 o'clock.
Tampa Bay's Tan Talk. Entertaining and informative radio for the Sunshine State.
Hey, and welcome. I'm Dawn Reese, your Hollywood entertainment reporter, talk show host, and I am here at Tan Talk Radio. I have some amazing ladies that are co-hosting with me. First, I have Stephanie to my left, and
Hello.
She's our VIP guest with Gasparilla.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And I have my co-host, lovely, beautiful Yvonne Madison.
Yes, I'm happy to be here too, as usual.
I know. We've got a fabulous show. Oh, my gosh.
Hey.
So before we find out who's on the phone, and everyone is going to be calling in, we also have our new Miss Tampa entertainment reporter here.
Yes.
And she'll be on shortly to ask some great questions to our VIP guest call-in. And so, Stephanie, so we're going to have a show once a month.
Yes, we are.
Us.
Yes, Gasparilla. So we're going to have a lot of the things and the people that are involved with Gasparilla themed events, on air.
Right.
And so people can kind of stay in the know about what's going on, with the holiday and with Gasparilla season.
That's right. So,
excuse me. How long is the Gasparilla season? Because
wow. Well, I feel like it's starting now because we're starting to have, if you're a crew member, all the parties and things are starting now, and the membership drives to, the different people kind of want you to pledge their crews, and so that's happening. And so a lot of charity work happens over the Christmas Thanksgiving, Christmas holiday. A lot of things to do with children, mostly. And then the parade season's all through January. I believe the night parade is actually into February, usually around Valentine's Day. And for me, it pretty much ends. We have another big St. Patrick's Day parade downtown in Ybor in March, and then we have a parade that happens in Bradenton, and that's pretty much the season. So it takes you through to the end of April, actually.
Oh, quite a while.
Yeah. And so intermixed with all that, you've got the Gasparilla Film Festival, the Gasparilla Art Festival, our pageant, which is in February. And so all of those different things happening pretty much all through like late February and March. So
exciting.
Yeah,
yes,
it is
very
exciting.
How did you start out doing this?
Well, I had done pageants for a long time. When I was younger, I was a model. And so I was actually in some pageants.
Well, you're tall, too.
I'm not as tall as I used to be.
You still look like a model to me.
Thank you. Go on.
I agree.
Go on. So anyway, I just, long around about 1992 or 93, the Miss Tampa pageant, which at that time was not necessarily a gateway to Miss Florida and then Miss America, the JCs were putting that on. And they quit, Tampa JCs. And they said, well, if you want to take that over, so long story made short, I did that back in the early 90s. And it kind of morphed into, wanting to do Gasparilla because I kind of saw so many opportunities for beauty queens to help out. I would always get asked, for the girls to come and help this Gasparilla function or that. And so in 2006, I started the pageant.
Okay. I have another question. Is Gasparilla only for like Tampa, St. Pete, the Bay Area?
Pretty much. It's kind of like Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras, well, as you know, Mardi Gras gets celebrated in different places, but for the most part, Mardi Gras is a New Orleans thing. When I call other businesses or I do other things, other cities and other places have never heard of Gasparilla. So really, when I do my pageant, the kind of people that I want to enter the pageant are people that are local.
Yes.
And if they're from out of town, it really doesn't do anybody any good because it's fun. They might win, but they can't ride the float. They can't. They can't help out. Because they're not local. So pretty much it is just for
it's kind of local.
Our area.
Yes, the Bay Area.
Yeah.
And the film festival, I want to be involved in this year as well. I love Gasparilla Film Festival.
Yes.
And my Nicholas, actually, he's a reporter. He was there last year covering for us.
Awesome. Great.
I know.
And that's a young lady named Monica. She's the sweetest person, and she's the one, the last couple of years that has had, our ladies, and I guess Nicholas too now.
Right.
Yep.
So
how old is the Gasparilla celebration?
The last time I heard, I think it's 108 years.
Oh, my God.
I could be wrong about that. It was 1904, 1906, something like that. I'm not exactly sure, but it's over 100. I don't think it's 120 yet.
And every year it gets larger and larger?
It does. It's had a couple years that were the record years. I think the Super Bowl actually fell on Gasparilla Day Parade Day one year, probably back in the early or mid-90s. So there have been a couple of years that, maybe the year that the Super Bowl was in town, they kind of tried to coordinate it all to where they made the parade happen for all the people that were visiting.
Because I came to Tampa in 1991, and I did celebrate. I was a tap dancer then. And I tap danced with one of the events for Gasparilla. That's the first time I ever heard of it.
Oh, how cool.
Nice.
Well, neat.
Well, I'm her Queen of Queens, which I'm really excited for a lifetime.
Yes.
I'm really excited. I've had some fun, and what do you expect for as your queens? What do you look for in a queen to represent Gasparilla?
Well, we've had some really, really good queens in the past, and I'll do a lot for them too, but really I expect that those that are 21 and older actually get more opportunities to do things because there are some functions that happen at clubs and places that serve alcohol and things, and you just really have to be over 21. So when you are over 21 of a Miss age or a Ms. or an older, more mature age, you'll get invited to more. And so a lot of times the crews will need help maybe with their charity golf tournament or something of that nature. Show up, take pictures, when need be, go to schools, maybe tell a little bit of the history of Gasparilla.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I like because, the Glorified Women's event you've been putting on, and I have been doing some casting, and I have some success stories to add.
I know. That's wonderful.
Thank
we always
you.
have somebody great come.
I know.
Yeah.
And, we're good. And so I think we're going to be right back. I'm going to talk about Home Shopping Network in a second, and I think we're going to play Yvonne's commercial.
You want to do that, or you want to go to the phone calls here?
I'm
I forgot about that.
you. No, I'm looking here, and I don't see anybody. I'm like, anybody on yet?
Yes, we got Ron Rice.
Thank you, Ron.
We were waiting for him.
Yes, I was waiting for the big Ron Rice. Hi, Ron.
Hello there, Dawn.
Sorry, I was waiting on my computer to see who was on the line, and I didn't see the phone flashing. How are you today?
That's okay. Well, I'm just over here in Daytona Beach watching football and kind of going back and forth between that and Sinbad the Sailor movie. So.
Oh my gosh, are you having good weather over there?
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, good. Well, nice.
Well, I met Ron a while ago. My friend had passed away, and it was such a pleasure, Ron, meeting you in Hollywood, California at the time when you came over there. And I ended up running the Kids Hawaiian Tropic Pageants with Caroline later on for Florida. But, Ron, I was so excited because Sterling, your daughter, has a new, actually, jewelry line. We're going to have her call in. But you have a little secret of something. Can we ask what you're doing now these days?
Well, you're talking about our new SUNTAN cosmetic that's going to be coming out probably next season.
Nice.
It's called, when they're opening up the country of Cuba, we call it Havana Sun. How about that?
Sounds sexy.
I know. Ron, can we come out to your home and interview you? I saw that interview with Beer with Mike. And
if you want to.
So we have to have like margaritas with Ron.
I would love it.
It's better than beer.
There we
Exactly.
go. And this time we would bring the margaritas. I saw you had to supply that beer, but no, it was.
No, Mike brought the beer.
I saw that.
I saw it too.
Yeah, it was a good interview.
It was very well done.
Yeah. And so, Ron, thank you so much. I just wanted to tell everybody, when do you think this product will be out?
Well, we're looking at next season or before. Actually, the whole world is involved, and so there's two seasons. The northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. So we're looking at probably springtime.
Okay, awesome. Now, what about, let's see if there's a rep in another country or somebody else that says, ooh, I want to jump on board. Well, who do they contact, or if they want to be one of your reps in an area that you're not in?
Just have them send down information on themselves, and we'll keep a file on that very thing. Because we're not sure exactly how we're going to do the distribution right now.
Okay.
But it very well could be exactly like we did with Hawaiian Tropic, and we could have reps all over the world in individual countries or states or that kind of thing.
Awesome. Is there anything you'd like to say about your life and career, Ron? Like the most memorable moment of your life? Besides Sterling.
The only thing I care about is Sterling, and she's my daughter at 25. I raised her myself from 0 to 11, and then I let her. I figured it was time for her to go learn how to be a girl, so I let her go live with her mother, who desperately wanted her, and it worked out so well. And so her mother raised her from now on and still, and they ride the rodeo circuit together. And,
wow.
That's good.
Yeah, they're great riders. We're all meeting in Vegas for the the biggest show in the world.
Wow.
Rodeo, that is.
But you were Mr. Moms in the beginning, right?
Well, yeah, I had help. Now I always had British nannies. It worked out. It worked out good. I had maybe one South African and one Irish, but all the rest were British, and they look at it as a job. They don't look at it as a hobby like they do here.
Right.
Yes.
Now, I remember Sterling, I saw her when she was little and still as gorgeous and more beautiful today. And she was in a lot of movies, Ron.
She was on 43, but by the time she was 17 years old.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Movies or TV shows, yeah. She did Baywatch 3 times.
That's awesome.
Nice. Can I ask you, as being a father of a young talent at that time, any advice to new parents? Because this is called Hollywood Connections. Any advice to you from, to them from the heart that you'd like to tell people? They're trying to get their children into show business. Anything that you could tell them?
Well, you just got to go out there and work at it and try. Luckily I had Hawaiian Tropic, and we met a lot of celebs and met a lot of actors and things like this, and we got along good with them, and they would bring us in, and many times put Sterling in their movie, the next movie they were doing, and that worked out a lot. But you just got to get out there and try. You know, the secret to that really is Los Angeles,
right?
With the movies and Broadway, of course, acting with up in New York, and there's a lot going on down here in Florida, though. I mean, it's happening down here.
Right. We have a lot of casting directors and producers calling in, Ron, and it's fabulous, and we're so glad you called in. But we definitely have to come out and see Johnny Martino. He's from The Godfather. He lives over in your area. A good friend of mine was on a few weeks ago. But if you can spare some time when Sterling gets in town, she said, bring your camera crew and we'll do an interview on her jewelry. And I'd like to do a kind of a mini documentary on you. You're an amazing man and what you've done for the world and your family.
Well, thank you. We appreciate the compliment.
Oh, I love being in that house. When I came with Marky at that time, we stayed next door. That was pretty cool. You know, it was I think it was a chilly night, but it was very comfortable. You made our stay very nice, and that was a memory maker.
Good.
It was awesome. Any ladies' last words to Ron?
Well,
Mr.
I'm just
Rice?
excited to meet him, over the radio here. So.
Well, Ron, Stephanie to my left, runs all the Gasparilla parades and floats, so maybe we can get a big banner of Havana Sun on the float. What do you think?
Maybe we can do that.
We need to do it.
I like it. And I had an idea with Ron. I said, when we get the sailboat going, the 37-foot, I see Havana Sun sails on there. I'll go to Havana.
Take me with you.
We're going down there for Thanksgiving. I'm taking Sterling and the whole tribe. I call them the tribe. It's they're all Cree Indians, from the Northwest.
Nice.
And I'm taking a couple of models, one from Salt Lake and one from where's she from? She's really originally from Canada, but now she lives down in Cayman Islands.
Oh, I love Cayman Islands. Ooh.
Yeah, so we're going to go to Havana, spend about 6 days over Thanksgiving.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful. And Ron, are you still going to have your Christmas party this year? Am I invited?
If we do it. We're not sure if we're going to do it or not, but if we do, you can be there.
Oh, that would be fabulous. Yeah, he always puts the best Christmas parties on in the world. Yes, the best one I've ever been to, Ron. And thank you so much for calling in, Ron. And I look forward to helping Sterling and watching her success rate just fly as well.
Okay.
All right, God bless. Thank you, Ron, for calling in.
Thank you.
Thank
All right,
you
have a great day.
much.
Thank you.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Wow, that's spectacular. Memory makers that he has given me in my life. And, when you're on the air, you can help other people. My mother used to say that, help more people as well. And
well, it's so funny. I remember being a young model. I was about 17 or 18, and I was trying to support myself. I moved out when I was 18. And so I was signed up with all these temp agencies and modeling agencies and all of that. And so I got a job through one of my temp agencies that said, oh, you need to, wear a green shirt and white shorts and show up. And I thought, well, that's okay. That's kind of weird because basically it was a clerical temporary agency. And I showed up and it was an event for Hawaiian Tropic.
Oh.
To where we all, basically they got us all in a van. And of course, Ron wouldn't know anything about this because this was basically local level marketing.
Right.
But they took us downtown and we had to hand out coupons for Hawaiian Tropic and all of that. So it was kind of cool.
Very cool.
So, yeah.
Well, we got to get out there, and Sterling should be calling in soon. And I know we have Bobby Kent on the line. Bobby, are you there?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Are you listening to the show?
I'm listening. I want to be a distributor for this gentleman on my show. I won't charge for anything. I'm serious.
I know. He's an amazing man.
You know me. I'm Jewish. I got to make money at everything.
Well, I mean,
because I have to support all those ex-Jewish girlfriends.
Oh, I thought you wanted to support Israel.
Always.
That too.
Always.
That too. Well, let me tell you, Bobby Kent is actually a producer in Miami. He's got a TV show called Nighttime Miami, and he has talents and comedians. And Bobby, I'm going to step back in time just for a minute here because I'm looking at my clock and I know how much time I have.
God, I'm getting old.
No, gosh. No. So, Bobby, there was an agency called Famous Faces, which is still in existence. Yes. So, Bobby had an audition, and my agent at the time now has passed away, and she said, Don, I got a TV show audition for you.
Who was it?
Sherry Riker.
Oh, Sherry, okay.
Right. So when I showed up, he was there with all his production crew, and I'm sitting there, and I pull out Dawn dishwashing liquid and Reese's peanut butter cups in a little baggie.
You.
Why? And I say, don't forget my name, and I don't remember.
Oh,
yes.
Funny.
And so Bobby was there, and I think there was a production, something you were going through, but we became friends.
Yeah.
And now tell us about your TV
I
show.
tried to be more, but you wouldn't let me.
Oh.
Well,
You're not
Bobby,
telling the whole story.
Well,
listen, anytime you want to find out the whole story, call me, because Dawn lies.
Oh, you are so funny. Actually, I think I went to comedy school for 8 years. I didn't
Who's
graduate.
this other person that's on the phone with us? I don't know.
Yes.
Oh, I'm Stephanie.
I don't know me.
You need to get her on your show.
Come on.
Well, I go to Miami all the time, so
there we go.
Come on.
There we go. Hollywood connection.
And Miss Florida Diva is on the air with them.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Florida Diva.
Yeah, she's my Miss Florida Diva forever. But Stephanie runs all the Gasparilla. Tell them what you do.
Well,
I don't know what that is.
The Gasparillas, it's a celebration here in Tampa, and just to be fair, I don't run them. I take part in them. But I run the website that talks about them, but the actual parades, I just participate in the parades. I don't.
Well, that's the best part.
Yeah, that is. But I do run the beauty. Yeah, I run the beauty pageant. Yep.
Are you guys doing any TV exposure with that when you do it?
Very local to Tampa, Florida, because it really doesn't make a lot of sense, any other market. But yeah, we are.
Well, why don't we're right now in the Boca de Vero Beach Market on CBS, but we're going to change that because they're great. I mean, they're wonderful people to work with. But the time frame for us is not, even though we're saving money on the time frame, we're not really making money.
Right.
Because people don't want to advertise at 3:30 in the morning, even though we have great ratings.
Right.
We're going to try to move into the 1:30 slot, whether it's with them or the CW or Fox or whoever.
Oh, nice.
And
CW here is really good. CW 44 here is really cool.
Well, here's my thing. I was just listening to everything you guys were saying, and I would love to shoot a couple of nighttime Miamis up there for holiday season.
Good.
Let's do it here.
Yes.
At the station.
It's only it's only a camera crew. It doesn't matter where I air it.
Right.
And if we can do something where we can start to maybe get some commercials done.
Right.
Wonderful.
I'll air my show up there all the time between Sarasota and Tampa or wherever you guys are.
Well, nice.
Yes. Right now we're in Clearwater.
Well, we're looking to expand the show because you can't become a major show unless you have enough markets within the country.
Well, so can I get your number from Dawn and we can actually speak? Okay.
I'll give it to you right now. You could have it. I don't care.
You want it on the radio?
Yeah, I want it.
Okay, he's looking for some major sponsors as well. So
not
give his
only
number
that,
out.
we'll work out the commission structure for everybody. But more importantly, Dawn knows this. I have Parkinson's, so we're funding some of whatever we make, not a lot, into the Parkinson's research, and also I'm very into animal things. I didn't even know I was, but because all of a sudden I'm starting to post things like when lions come and hug the people that raised them after 5 years. I mean, that's amazing to me.
That's wonderful.
But Bobby, you're also known as a famous singer. Can I tell and brag about that?
Sure. Tell me what you're talking about, because I have no clue.
Your residuals.
Yeah. I have a case against ASCAP. Well, it's not right now. It's not a case, but it will be in a week or two.
Oh, gosh.
Again, this is going on 34 years. I had a band when I lived in San Diego that played at all the San Diego Charger football games in and out of the commercials, just like the Tonight Show did. And I was there during the time that Johnny Carson was on the Tonight Show.
Right.
And I was around the Tonight Show God for 10 years and played a lot of their music they owned the publishing for.
Right.
Because we were in prime time at the football games and they weren't.
Right.
So Doc Severinsen would give me anything I wanted to play on my show, at the football games, and we made them more money in royalties with their stuff than they did.
Oh, wow.
So they gave me whatever I wanted as far as publishing and writers, and it was a great relationship for years. And I got to meet Johnny right before he retired.
Aw.
Wow.
And it was funny because I thanked him so much for letting us have the music, and he said, "You guys are a great band, and we're more than glad to help." And he said, "By the way, we love what you're doing." And I said, "I'm only playing music in and out of commercials." I said, "What you're doing is great." And he knew that I was Jewish. And he says to me, "Well, all this is one big bar mitzvah anyway."
But what was the song that you?
It's called Stadium Doodads, and we have the copyright. It goes bum 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 bum.
Oh, that's so awesome!
Bum 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 bum.
I sing that all the time.
There you go. Watch what you put out there.
Well, let me know so I can log in and make some money from ASCAP.
So Bobby, you had some ideas for me as well with your show we were talking about.
Yes, I would love to find out whatever radio shows you guys have. I'd like to see if we can buy time from whatever stations are the least expensive, because we are on after 1:30 in the morning.
Right.
We're going back on following. It used to be David Letterman and Craig Ferguson. I guess Stephen Colbert's in there. So we're dealing with different networks. And I think we were with Sinclair, who was up there, but they own CBS here. So I'm going to try to get on the air again, and whatever networks you guys have, maybe we can work out some kind of a partnership arrangement, and some of that money, a little bit, which is not a lot from commercials,
right.
we could fund some kind of charities. That's the bottom line. We're looking to make stars here. Because, well, Miami for sure, but pretty much South Florida from the I-10 corridor down.
Right. Well,
I-4, I'm sorry, is all so much Hollywood, and we don't get the exposure.
Well, that's
nobody's doing it, but we are.
Right. That's what you were talking to me about the other day, about the talent that's on the show, that I'm like your launching pad. Okay, people say to me, Dawn, what do you do?
What a good-looking one.
Oh, Lord. I saw it the other day, and they're rocking over the bridge.
You mean the stuff is not coming over the bridge?
No, you missed it. I thought I'll tell you that story another time. Well, and so I direct you. I'm like your concierge in entertainment. People say, Dawn, what do you do? What do you really do?
I'm having a meeting, believe it or not, which will help all of us if you guys are into it. On Tuesday night with a young lady named Evelyn Tejada. She's from Brooklyn, Manhattan, I'm not sure. And she's really brilliant, and she's got some kind of a staff who could help us do all the writing, all the sales, and all of that.
Nice.
And I got somebody coming on board, so not only can we sell advertising here, and by the way, we'll buy some on your show as well.
Nice. I like that. It's not expensive. And, there's a secret millionaire out there, here in Clearwater, and wants to put in their, extra tax money that, they say, hey, I need to do something with this advertising. Get in touch with Lola here at the station and surprise me.
Tell them we give massages.
Oh. We have a friend. She does massages. I told her I'd promote her. Jacqueline Chase.
I don't know who that is. I haven't met her.
She comes to your place and she'll do it. And that's Mama J. Yes, she's a friend of mine.
I heard of Mama J.
Either you guys got to come down here or I got to go up there, or both, because I really want to get on the air before Christmas on your markets.
Okay, cool.
Okay, I got some airtime people as well, and we're really excited. And Bobby, give everybody your website.
My website, which I think is working today, I'm not sure, but it's www.nighttime, which is spelled NITETIME, Miami, MIAMI.com.
Correct.
And as soon as I figure out how to do all this, because I just made a deal with AT&T, they're going to rebuild it.
Okay.
That I will work it out so you guys have the way to get in and make whatever changes you want.
Awesome.
Because we'll not only promote the stuff going on down here between Key West and Vero Beach, we'll promote anything. We're working with stations.
Well,
and if you guys are having people on that you want to promote like we do,
right,
we'll come up there and do the shoots.
Yes.
Oh, fabulous.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
I'm sure you have crews. I know Dawn has Paul.
Yes.
Whoever she has, she's very good. She finds everybody in the world.
She does.
I swear, I think she has a French code and flies all over the world for the CIA.
She's unbelievable.
Now I have little mini-me reporters out there, and I'm really excited. And, Bobby, we're talking about a TV show that you wanted to revive at one time.
Oh, God. Hold your seats.
What is it?
Well, first of all, if I could ever afford it, if this girl that I'm meeting and, her connections, or all of our connections, work, I would really love to see if we can get the licensing for the Golden Girls.
Oh, my God. I could be one.
I could, too. I am golden.
We're all right here.
Yes, I'm a golden girl.
Katrina's a little young.
Well, Facebook me.
Oh, that's
Actually,
wonderful.
Bobby, you got your cast here. What did you say I was going to play, or who?
Oh, well, yeah.
I want to play the sexy one.
No, I'm going to be Rose.
You're going to be Rose? You be whatever you want. It's our show.
Yeah, there you go. But, Bobby, I know I have a VIP calling again. I got such many amazing guests calling in from Vegas right now, and I want to thank you for your time, and we'll get you over here in Clearwater.
Welcome. I just want to say one more thing.
Yes.
The other show you were really talking about that I said, Dawn, is I want to do, if you guys remember the show The Munsters.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
I want to do it with black people.
I'm black.
Good. Come on, let's go. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you so much.
I'll talk to you during the week, and maybe you can introduce me to this young lady.
Sure.
Yes.
We can start airing up there.
I got you.
Miss Florida Diva, that's me.
That's right.
Oh, I love it.
All right. Sounds good, Bobby. God bless. Thank you for calling.
Thank you so much for calling.
Right. Well, I got Mr. Vegas on, or I got Moses. Who's on the air?
We got Gerald.
Gerald, are you there? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, you have Gerard, a.k.a. OOG, representing Vegas.
Oh, we have Gerard. Yeah, we just got it. Came on the computer who you were. How are you today?
I am fantastic. As you know, I got my morning off to a great start.
I know. You have been very busy in Las Vegas. I want to introduce this amazing man real quick. I kind of met him through social media, but he was also connected to the woman that opened the doors for me for the pre-Grammy parties with the late James Brown when I was a reporter. So you are the one that worked with Bonnie many times, and you want to...
Well, before I start any kind of interview, I always want to give acknowledgement to Miss Bonnie Hilton Sweeney.
Thank you.
And the Godfather soul, Mr. James Brown. Bonnie Hilton Sweeney was the founder of the Grammy Party. She just worked with Hugh Hefner and also had an intimate relationship with Mr. Brown for over 25 years.
Right.
There was a time when blacks were not allowed to have their Grammys done live. They had to pre-record their Grammy acceptance.
That's weird.
Earth, Wind & Fire at that time was the powerhouse, and they refused to accept their Grammys live. They figured if they can't do it like they do downtown, they're not going to do it at all. So Bonnie decided to start a pre-Grammy party so each year blacks can get together to celebrate their own accomplishments and achievements. And it morphed into something huge. It later on morphed into the Mr. James Brown Truth Awards that was also handed out each year.
Right.
So Bonnie should be in the history books for what she has done single-handedly. And it was all through the power of networking, and it was fantastic.
I agree.
So now I got that out my system. We know that Bonnie is teaching people how to network. Now, how are you doing?
I am fabulous, and I'm glad you're on this show. I told you, say VIP, Mr. Vegas, but then I told everyone the story that you were going to the mountains, and I said to you on FaceTime, I said, Moses, are you calling in? And you said you're going up to pray.
Oh, how funny.
No.
Well, you know, every now and then, we should all have the power in our lives to just say, you know what? Today's my holiday, and just take the day off and do whatever it is that you want to do.
Thank you.
Freedom to be able to do that. I know a lot of people can't. But if you're ever in that walk of life where you can enjoy a day and take yourself a personal holiday like I'm doing.
Some me time.
I'm going to the mountains.
Love it.
Awesome.
Well, I need to tell you something. I'm so impressed with what you're doing in Las Vegas. You were just with Sherry Gordy. Is that right?
Yes. When I first came to Vegas to do the pre-Grammy party about 2 years ago, Vegas opened their doors to me. I mean, I had so many interviews. I turned down Gladys Knight. I had so many interviews for my magazine that I had to leave Vegas to go somewhere and set it up.
Right.
So Sherry Gordy was the footstone into the entertainment business for me, and I found that that's the only venue in Vegas that keeps the legacy of Bonnie, you know, blacks and their achievements. And she's also the daughter of Barry Gordy, and it's a beautiful thing that she does. Currently, it's going to be moving to Friday nights at 9 o'clock at the Fiesta Casino in the Tequila Lounge. It's only $5. Let me tell you who's in the house this past Thursday. Honey, you're boogie.
Oh.
Boogie. You
That's a good workout song.
Be in the house. You never know. So the $5 is well worth your time.
Nice. Well, I had some ideas because, you know, I haven't met you personally, but we've talked so much. And I was the late James Brown's entertainment reporter for all the pre-Grammy events. And I saw...
Stop.
Yes.
My heart was broken when you asked me if I had any copies of Mr. James Brown's newsletter. I said, sure. And I opened it up and saw that your name was above mine. I said, wait a minute, how did this happen?
How did that happen?
And it's a beautiful thing.
But you know, I have some ideas. You want to revive that pre-Grammy party in Vegas, and you know, with Joe and Kenny Bates down there, we got to get Kenny on, and he used to work with Evel Knievel. But I'm so proud of you, and I really want your interviews a part of Hollywood Connections. I want Mr. Vegas to call in and say, I have this interview, I want to air it.
I'm not so much Mr. Vegas as I am Don OG, editor-in-chief of SGIB magazine.
Oh, and that's right.
Well, you know, I'm friends with Robin Leach out there. So
Long Island's first urban bilingual music magazine. That's why I came out here to do a West Coast issue.
That's right. He has a magazine.
I can't leave Vegas So I do the pre-Grammy party this coming up February, and also drop a West Coast issue. And then from there, baby girl, I'm going to the Philippines and live like a king.
He's excited.
He's so excited.
You know, I got to meet Robin Leach real quick. Stay on the air. Don't leave yet. And we were at Joe Jackson's birthday party at the Palms Resort. Were you there at Joe's birthday party?
You know what?
Maybe he was.
I haven't done any networking because of my situation here in Vegas. But it has changed now, and I'm about ready to get out there and do some promoting. I got a couple of terrific things coming up that I'm going to be promoting. You know, I don't like to put the cart before the horse, you know, but you guys need to stay on Gerard McLeod, Gerard MCLEOD, at Facebook. And just, if you go into the albums, look at the albums and say, I Will Always Love You More, because that's where I post and you see what's going on. But Vegas is about ready. I'm ready to turn Vegas over, baby.
I know, and bring it to Hollywood Connections, too, right?
Yeah, well, listen. The last Grammy party we had, we were honoring Bonnie Hilton Sweeney, of course. I was also honoring Ollie Woodson from the Temptations.
Yes, I got you. Amazing.
Ollie Woodson was a fixture at Bonnie's event. You know, he was there every event to perform. And those of you who don't know Ollie Woodson, he was a lead singer for the Temptations.
Oh,
and
that's
the fame was Treat Her Like a Lady.
Oh.
I was honoring MC Carter. MC Carter was the founder of the Players Roast with Ice-T. When they were childhood friends, and he went to prison, and when he got out of prison, Ice-T asked him what it is that you want to do. Because by this time, Ice-T was on Law and Order. And he said, Ice, just come to one event a year, and it turned out to be the Players Toast. And if you know anything about the Players Toast, the Players Ball, you know that's Ice-T's thing with his childhood friend, MC Carter. Unfortunately, he passed away after the Players Ball in Los Angeles. And we were honoring him, and we had Timothy Wilson, who's the lead singer for Frankie Lyman's Teenagers. So if you go on,
I
love Frankie Lyman.
That's the one song I can sing. Is Why Do Fools Fall in Love? That's
a fabulous
song. Can you sing it for us?
Heck no.
Why do fools fall in love?
Okay. Ooh, I'll be back up, singer. Ooh.
They're drinking. That's it.
Well, I'm excited. So can I get a yes that you'll be a part of Hollywood Connections?
Yes, I would. I will. As long as the money's right, I'll be a part of anything.
Oh my God!
We're putting you on the air live.
And you know, I'm on the air live every day on Facebook.
Right, but you're live on the radio in Tampa. We got a real tower, a real radio station. We're live, and we're on 3 other stations.
Okay, baby girl. If you want me to be excited, tell yourself I am. The most important thing that you got to remember is that if I call in this point on, I'll set up an online guest with somebody in the industry because I believe in person-to-person type of interviews. I don't pre-record a lot of stuff. Let's see pre-recorded stuff. Go to my Facebook.
Right.
But I'm going to try to line up with some terrific talent.
Nice.
To have a one-on-one conversation with you.
He's so excited.
Maybe have to call in or something.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Well, enjoy the hike in the mountains.
Yes.
We'll be in Vegas soon. I don't know when. You've got a mermaid convention, maybe.
I do. May.
Oh.
Yeah, May, June.
Yeah.
So remember, dreams are nothing more than plans awaiting action. Never
He's so excitable.
And sometimes you may be the only the only person to see your vision. And the best revenge in life is to live good.
Oh,
and
thank you.
I will always love you guys more.
Thank you so much for being so excitable. You've been making me so excited.
It's like that song. What is that? I'm so excited.
Excited is a good thing. Want to know about honesty and what's going on in the world? You better get on with Double OG representing Vegas, baby.
All right.
All right. Thank you. Have a great hike.
Bye.
See
ya.
Those mountains. All right. Amazing
wow.
caller. And I think we're doing pretty good. I knew we have another caller that just is calling real quick on the line. Hello.
Yes, we do. We got Megan on the line here. Hold on a minute. There we go.
Hi, Megan. You're on the air live.
Hi, this is Nancy Malone Cook from Mobile, Alabama, which right now I'm in New Orleans down here getting ready for the game tomorrow.
That's right. Okay, this is Nancy. Okay, we had some callers. No worries. We have a big line of callers. Nancy is a Christian comic. How are you today?
I'm fabulous. fabulous. How about you guys?
Great. And I know you are a major speaker. You're a motivator. You have your own things that are doing on Facebook. You're fine.
And she called the Sports Web last week. I really appreciated that.
How funny.
It's awesome when a female caller calls up.
She's an hour behind.
That's
us.
all right, though. That's all right.
I know. That's awesome. So, Nancy, we have got some people here that are my co-host. We have Yvonne Madison. She's going to ask you a couple questions about your life.
Hi, Nancy.
Hi, Yvonne. Great. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm so interested in a comic like yourself, Christian comic.
Yes, I am.
And where do you do your comedy?
I do it in surrounding cities, Mobile. I do it in Atlanta. I have been blessed to go as far as London, England. I stayed here 21 days, yes.
That's wonderful.
I went for 4 days as a missionary, and they just loved it so much. Clean comedy, but yet
Yes.
funny. Yes.
Okay, you do it in churches also?
Yes. What I do it in churches. I do it at weddings, and I open up a lot at casinos, and they're still looking at me like, okay, she's funny, but there's no vulgarity. And so I like that because Proverbs 17:22 said, laughter does good like a medicine, but a broken spirit dry to the bone.
I hear that.
That's why I overbook sometimes.
So where are you performing at now, presently?
Well, presently, I'm doing my own thing here in Mobile. So tomorrow night, I'm at Harvest Temple here in Mobile. It's open door. It's free. So I do a lot of benefits. And this month, at the end of this month, I'm doing a champion golf tournament for breast cancer awareness. So I'm just busy this month totally, and I'm totally pink hair, pink lipstick, pink eyelashes.
Oh, how cute! Oh, that sounds wonderful. That sounds cute. You look pinkish today.
I want to tell you,
I'm very pinkish today.
Aw, I appreciate and admire so much. I'm a Christian, and sometimes it's hard to be a Christian in today's world, and I feel like the Christian comedians that I have seen, their stuff is actually so much funnier than, sometimes if you really listen to it, the funny thing when you watch some of these HBO specials and these other comedians is the vulgarity.
Yes.
And to where actually when you listen to the content of their little vignettes and stories and jokes, it's not really funny. It wouldn't be funny at all unless, if they had taken the vulgarity out.
Yes.
But when you listen to the stories and some of the observations that the Christian comedians do, it's actually the content's a lot more pure, and we're actually laughing at ourselves a lot of times.
Yeah,
true.
But I admire that.
Do you have something that you can give us for a minute about a stand up or sit down, stand up? Can you give us a little comedy routine, a little bit of you?
Well, hear what I did when I did my first show back in 2009, and I was very, very nervous, and I did it at a club. And they charged me $1,500 an hour because that was their bar money, and then it was at a club. But now here's the deal. When I finished performing, within 45 minutes, the owner of the club, she gave me the $1,500 back. She told me to plant a seed, and the following week, they closed down the club. So right now she's saved and sanctified and filled with the Holy Ghost. So I have a lot of people angry with me because I closed down a good club.
Oh. Well, sometimes we have to take down those bad people.
Right.
And so that's my joke. They say, girl, you shut down our drinking hole.
What, do you have an agent or a manager, or who's promoting you?
No, I am the entire thing. I go with God first, and I'm the CEO and owner of Laugh It Off Productions. So it's just me.
Do you have a website?
Well, yes, I do. I'm on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. So it's just Sista, Sistah, not sister, Sista.
Sista. Yes, we got that.
Got it. Nancy Malone Cook.
Okay. Do you ever come this way, Tampa, Florida?
Yes, I have relatives who live in Tampa, Florida, so I'm in and out of it.
That'd be
very seriously, but I sure would like to stop there and visit with you guys.
It would be great.
That would
give
be.
Me a date, and I'll see my availability, and I would just love to come and hang out with you guys.
I know we were talking about having you one of our Beauty Queen reporters out there, so you can go interview comedy clubs
I'm looking forward to that.
I know. We want to thank you so much, Nancy, for calling in. I'll put her video and her information up on the Hollywood Connections connected to the Tan Talk radio site as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good evening, Nancy.
Okay, you guys too.
Awesome.
Bye.
Now we have another Nancy on the line. She's our casting minute. I didn't make the casting the other day. I think I was a little too young.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Well, they wanted 30-ish, but I'm 28.
Oh, yes.
Hi, Nancy. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I was just making a little joke about our casting the other day. I applied and I was like, "Oh, I want this one. I like foot. What is it? Was it foot cream?"
Yeah, it was basically foot cream.
I know. That's kind of cool. But Nancy, are there any castings you're working on now? She is the top casting director in TV film. And anything news-wise from Nancy?
Right now, we're working on a television reality series called Amateur Pool Player.
Oh, wow.
That reality series is actually, there's tournaments going on throughout this next, all through October across the U.S.
Oh, neat.
We have qualifiers, and then those top qualifiers will come to Orlando to compete and train with the pros.
Wow.
Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. And then, Nancy, you want to give your website? And because you always post things that are up there in infomercials and things that people are going after, can you add that for us? We have a few seconds.
Yeah, it's realcasting.com, REELKASTING.com.
That's awesome. Right. All right. We thank you so much, Nancy, for calling in. Any last words?
No. Keep reaching for the stars.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, I'm really excited because the show brings in casting directors and producers, and I have a film director named Michael Givens. He's done thousands of commercials. He's actually a working producer. So at the end of the show, we're going to close off in about probably 8 minutes, and we're going to put his intro in there for him. And
I would like to give Katrina a chance.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
We can do that. Okay. We're going to go to a break in just a minute. But, I just want to say about the Michael Givens, we have a workshop coming for adults only.
Yes.
17 and over. He wants to do a 6-day workshop. And that's coming up. And I think I got a real good spot for him as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm putting together a reporter's workshop. And I know Nicholas Wolf was going to call in. He's in California with the Sunscreen Film Festival on the red carpet today and yesterday. And then I think I have Deanna Molay. She's going to probably go tomorrow if she's not done, with her filming with OC Gold Diggers. And since Debbie didn't call in today, maybe because of time-wise, we give it, 3-hour difference.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have her call in next week or so. And in the meantime, if you want to be a reporter for me, we also have a lady in the Caribbean that is joining us and going to bring us some amazing interviews from there. And we'll be playing that.
What part of it?
Freeport.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to be the flight attendant for Lake Bahamas back in the days.
So you know all about that, right?
I love Freeport. I love Port Ukiah over there, just so gorgeous. And
it is wonderful.
Hopefully, maybe with Ron Rice, we can put our sails on the sailboat and say, Havana Sun, here we come to Bahamas.
Yes, ma'am.
I think that's a good idea. Well, welcome. How are you?
I am blessed. How are you?
I'm good. How are you liking the show so far?
I love it. It's so fun. Oh my gosh. I've been the whole time in the corner laughing and just smiling so hard.
Oh, good.
I'm just excited about the people that have called. They're just so, like she kept saying, he's so excitable. Like everybody is. And I admire that because you can tell that that's a fire, a flame that they got, and they're living their life. Exactly.
It's a passion.
Yes,
life goes by too fast, you know. And you are now our Miss New Tampa Entertainment reporter.
Oh,
so
congratulations!
So she'll be the 2016, and she'll be helping with shows and co-hosting shows, and we have a lot of film festivals now. Anybody particularly who would you like to interview throughout your year? Anybody that comes to mind? Is it into the producers?
You really want me to answer that question?
Yes. I do.
Yes.
You're live on the air.
It can be anybody?
Okay.
Yes.
Anybody.
Drake.
Oh.
Drake. He is phenomenal to me.
Okay.
Like, even like the quotes that I've read about, he's just very wise.
What would you ask him right now? Because we could send this to him.
Oh, wow.
Okay, say reporting for Hollywood Connections. I want to interview Drake, and this is the question I'd ask you.
Okay, reporting live from Hollywood Connections. This is Katrina, and I have a question for Drake. I wanted to know if you are more spiritual than religious, because your words are so inspiring and wiser beyond your years. So I would like to ask him where he gets this knowledge and this wisdom.
There you go. Let's try to get that out there to the right person. I have done that. And, I actually, when I had Tristan Rogers, I interviewed him from a soap opera land. He called me personally. Oh, and I picked up the cell phone because the film festival gave him my number. And I'm like, Oh, he's calling me personally? Like, ooh. And he goes, Dawn, I love the interview. You know, and that's what I'm here. I'm here to help these listeners out there get connected in show business.
Right.
You're a singer. You know, I have many people in show business listening and watching the show right now.
Right.
I can't tell you who they are. You know who you are. I talked to you this morning when you're making breakfast. And, yes.
Dawn, you never asked me who I would like to interview.
Oh, you're next. You're next.
Oh.
No, you're next. No, I was just saying that we have major people watching, helping people that are guests on the show to get connected to launch them to them. Here's my old flight attendant. The restrooms are
There you go.
And okay, so we have Yvonne. She's our Miss Florida Diva, and she's got some exciting things. So my next question over to Yvonne. Who would you like to interview, especially when you have your show as well under Hollywood Connections?
Tyler Perry.
I know.
That's
I know.
That's who I would love to interview.
We got to go there somehow. But in
Yes.
the meantime, you know who probably can hook us up with? The producer that is on the air right now that we just talked to him about, you know, the workshops we're setting up. So Michael Givens, welcome.
Well, hey there. How are you?
I am bragging about you.
Oh, you're so sweet. I'm bragging about you all day today.
Oh, you know, Michael Givens, you know, tell everybody what you do.
Well,
in a
I'm
minute.
a film director and producer, and also have an acting school, and that kind of keeps me kind of busy.
I know, and you've been doing so many films and commercials, and I'm here to help promote your workshop. I know I have about 2 minutes here before we end with your whole intro that I'm going to play at the end of the show here for you. And you know what? I just talked to a gentleman that owns a recording studio, and he's got a big enough room for us to put that workshop together. I'm going to go look at it Monday.
Is that right?
Yes.
Good for you. Aren't you something?
I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be in it.
Yes, you've got one right here to my right.
Yes, Miss Florida Diva. I'll be there.
That's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, and Michael's worked with many stars, and he's a working director. And that's what I liked about your video that you did, and saying, I'm a working director. Why do you want to work with me? Because I'm working. You know?
Right.
Exactly. Right. Michael, what is your website so everyone can go to and they can see it at, on Hollywood Connections?
That is MGAFilm, FILM.org.
That's right. And we're going to put a special teen and kids workshop, right, for one day only. So kind of introductory. And, over the summer, Michael, I know a lot of people will travel, and you are in South Carolina?
That is correct. I am in, today, what is a rather wet Charleston.
Oh, really? It was very wet in Charleston.
I saw the floods.
They make a big deal out of it on TV, but it's not so bad.
Oh, okay. Maybe different parts are worse than others. In Charleston, yes, probably so.
And
it's fine, though.
I saw the floods on somebody's video this morning.
Mm-hmm.
But, Michael, I have about a minute, and I do want to talk about Camouflage, the movie.
Angel Camouflage.
That's what it was. Yes, thank you. And I know I'm going to get Matt on in Violetta, and you were part of that. We got about 2 minutes. 1 minute? 1 minute.
Yes. I wrote and directed and was the DP on that movie, and you can find it on Amazon or iTunes or Barnes & Noble, but it's Angel Camouflaged. It was a great little rock and roll drama that was shot a few years ago.
And I'll post it. I know my producer's going to put your whole thing on. We're going to end the show in just a minute, and everyone's going to hear your interview or your infomercial that you just did. Yvonne, what would you like to say to Tyler Perry if we can get him?
If I could be an actress in one of his plays or a TV show.
Michael, do you know Tyler Perry?
I know of him.
Yes.
I've never met him. We've sort of passed like ships in the night, but
you never know.
I've never had a chance to meet him.
I know. We've got Miss Florida Diva. She's 80 years old, and she does not look like it. She's gorgeous, and she's an actress, and she has a phenomenal background. And I want to thank you for being here. Any last words while we have Michael on the phone before we play his intro?
No last words. I'll be in the workshop.
Oh, okay, good.
Excellent. I'll look forward to it.
Okay.
Any last words, Ms. Tampa Entertainment Reporter?
Just thank you for coming on the show. You're a blessing.
Yes.
Okay, and if you want to be a reporter for me around the world, I want to thank our Caribbean reporter that's joining us, and we're out.
I love to watch film. I love to read about film. I love to study it. I love to make film. Whether I'm making a commercial or a documentary or a feature film, it's all about storytelling. Storytelling is really a basic human trait. I think as long as humans could communicate with each other, they would tell stories. Sometimes true, sometimes not so much. but they still like to tell stories. I actually have been in the business for about coming close to 40 years now, and I've made about 1,000 TV commercials and worked on about 50 feature films and a handful of music videos and documentaries. And I'm to the point where I think it's very important that I pass a lot of this information on, and I teach other people how to do what I've learned to do. That's why we created MGA, and MGA is an acting and film institute. It's located in Charleston, South Carolina. So why study at MGA? Why study with me? Well, okay, I've been in the business for nearly 40 years, but I am a working director. I think studying with a successful actor, I think, is very important. I think it's very good. I will give you a different perspective because I have directed thousands of actors. I've directed actors from nobodies who have never acted before in their life to Meryl Streep. So you will get a perspective from me that will be similar to what you're going to get if you're working with a director on a film. I will when we study scenes, when we do scene study, I treat it the same way as I do when I'm shooting a film. So what do you get different from me? I'm a working director.
This right here is the room to fail. And what I mean by that, come in here, fail all your